Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. Want to do a quick video on safety Eric Rowe, one of those unsung heroes off the couch types like him, like Miles Jack, that made a big time contribution to the Steelers defense down the stretch and should still have some sort of role and impact in this game on Sunday against Buffalo. What that'll be, not entirely sure. We can talk through it, but want to look at what his strengths are and some of the plays he made against Baltimore. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, also subscribe to the channel and check out the site SteelersDepot.com. Would really appreciate that. So 4 examples from the Baltimore game, all the same idea. We'll go through them hopefully as quickly as possible. I can get a little rambly at times here, but Eric Rowe out of cover 3 as this kind of sky, hook defender down in zone coverage out of Pittsburgh's cover 3 structure. And so a 3 deep zone here, cover 3 in this first clip. And it's going to be, again, 3 deep corners responsible for the deep third. Safety, Patrick Peterson. The deep middle, the post safety, a 4 under coverage. And so it's 3 deep, 1, 2, 3. And then 4 under, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sullivan, the linebacker here, responsible for things in the flat. And then your kind of hook zone defenders here in Rowe and linebacker Landon Roberts. So Huntley throwing short here on the tight end, Isaiah Likely. And it's a catch, and so that's not the ideal outcome, obviously, but just watching some of that closing speed and that hit power underneath, limiting yak here on a big tight end, that's the principle we'll be looking at. Later in the game, late second quarter, and again, Pittsburgh cover 3, maybe showing this too high look here initially, and then rotating at the snap as Rowe drops down, and again, cover 3, 1, 2, 3 deep, and then your 4 under zone coverage, and then Rowe kind of buzzing down here in this hook zone. Really, I guess buzzing is more of a term for somebody in the flat, but rotating down, cover 3 hook zone, and a great hit on the running back Justice Hill. It is caught again. Actually, it's not caught on this play, I don't believe. Yeah, this one is the incompletion that he forced, and that creates a 3rd and 9 as opposed to a 3rd and 5 or something that puts them in a more manageable situation. So that closing speed, that hit power to force the incompletion, we can check it out from one of the end zone views, and you kind of get a partial view of this in the hit power that Rowe has. And so Huntley trying to check it down, a great forceful tackle to knock that ball out. The possession after Eric Rowe forced the fumble that allowed Pittsburgh to go up 17-7. The first play, Rowe making another stick on the slot receiver to the bottom. And again, looking at this cover 3 shell, 3 deep, 4 under, closing on Aguilar, makes the catch, but no yak. There's 3 minutes left. They're down by 10. You let them tackle the catch, throw short, and burn up a lot of the clock, and that's what Rowe was able to do. So just reading, triggering on the throw, good hit power, strong open field tackle, no yak. Doesn't always have to be these crazy impactful plays. Just be in your zone, attack the football, make the tackle. That's a really good play. Again, same concept later on this drive, this little stick route here to the tight end, number 3 out of the slot, Rowe closing, making that tackle, getting some help as well from Miles Killebrew. That's fine in these moments when it's 2-score game, late in the 4th quarter, keep things in front, tackle the catch, don't allow a big play, don't allow the sideline, let that clock run. And so this time we're seeing Rowe slide down, again, cover 3 structure, presented in a little different way here, but still 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to see the 4 under with Killebrew dropping down, but Rowe, the trigger, the close, the tackle, and the lack of yak here post-catch. One other element I want to look at here just really briefly, we know about the forced fumble that Rowe had that was huge, that, like I said, put Pittsburgh up 2 scores, 17-7 late in the 4th quarter, but that's not just a random occurrence where you try to punch the ball out once and you get lucky and you have success and you force the fumble. So this is earlier in the game, a couple minutes before the forced fumble, and you just watch Rowe finish this play. That's being a veteran. That's being a detail-oriented guy here. The back's wrapped up, and so when the back's wrapped up, you ball search, you go to try to punch this thing out, and just watch Rowe here. Just try to punch. Just take a punch. Doesn't work. Running back holds onto the football. That's the end of the play. But you're just kind of seeing somebody work and have those details and being situationally aware of, okay, the back's wrapped up. Let me try to do something and punch the ball out. And I like the attempt, the process and the thought there. And then, of course, I got to show you guys the actual forced fumble that Rowe had. Here he is, 25. Gus Edwards up the middle and a really good punch out. A little hard to see here from the all-22 view, but same mechanism, same punch out with the right hand. This time he gets the football, Pittsburgh recovers, and it's a big game-changing play. We'll maybe go from the other view if we can see it. I don't know if it's going to show it tremendously well, but that's the principle of he's being wrapped up. Let's go for the punch out as we kind of fill downhill. There is Rowe, and you see right there, if you can tell, getting that punch, wound up, and then following through to knock the ball away. Let's try to look at it actually from a slowed down view. If you give me 1 second. All right, let's give this a shot here, Eric Rowe. We'll go into slow-mo and just to watch the punch out right here, and you see him knock that ball out, and somehow Marcus Golden, who's over here, recovered the football, but crazy things happen under the pile, and so regardless, Pittsburgh got the football. So Rowe, dude, forces a ton of fumbles. I think he had 3 2 years ago, and I think 2 last year with Miami, and gets a big one there with Pittsburgh. So for a veteran like Eric Rowe, where does he excel the best? It's downhill, it's triggering out of cover 3 as a zone defender, his tackling, his hit power, his finish, that's impressive. You see the details of punching the ball out, really a downhill, kind of your classic box strong safety at his age, and the speed isn't quite there, and speed for the Steelers defense as a whole is a question for this game and for the future, but I think Rowe fits that role well, and he's had to, as Pittsburgh's had to turn to a bunch of different options with all the safety injuries and suspension. So for the wild card game, Minkah Fitzpatrick back, Damontae Kazee back. Where do the other guys fit in? Patrick Peterson, Eric Rowe. We'll see. There's different ways. I imagine there's going to be some sort of rotation, and it won't just be one guy doing one thing. I still think Rowe has a good chance to be the starting strong safety. Kazee, not really that guy. Peterson, not that guy. Trenton Thompson's on IR. Keanu Neal's not coming back. You could put Fitzpatrick in a real kind of strict box role and have Peterson or Kazee opposite of him. That's a possibility. And I imagine Fitzpatrick will do some of that in this game. But I do think Eric Rowe and Fitzpatrick are probably your top safety pairing. Peterson can float around, can play slot corner. Would be a bit of outside corner, especially now that Gabe Davis, their Bills' speedy receiver, is unlikely to play in this one. And I think Kazee can be that dime defender in sub packages. But I think Rowe deserves to have some sort of element in this game, especially Buffalo's a really solid running team, better than people think, and the conditions may lend itself to running the ball a bit more. But really happy with Eric Rowe, his contributions, his physicality, and just doing some of these routine things routinely, hit power, open field tackling, and then layering that with the details of making splash plays. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Please check out the site SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.